multiple wives is a sin, then why the hell would I use metaphors like this of him having two wives? Why would he use that if it's sin? All right, not to get off topic, but Ezekiel chapter 23 and verse 12. She doted upon the Assyrians, her neighbors, captains and rulers, clothed gorgeously, horsemen riding upon horses, all of them desirable young men. Now, what did we have? We had the Most High, right? Who's the King of all glory. But what did we do? We chose to dote upon nations that we were better than. Just like we do today. Even in our low estate, even in our low position, we are better than the nations around us. Even in our low position. You see what I'm saying? Then I saw that she was defiled, and they took both one way, and that she increased her whoredoms. But when she saw men portrayed upon the wall, what man do we see portrayed up on the wall? We saw Cedric Bozier portrayed up on the wall. You see what I'm saying? On the wall of all the Christian churches, right? And we see the image of the white man every damn where, just like we did back in the time of Ezekiel, and we see them as something so great because they are the Chaldeans of today. The white man is the Chaldeans of the day. He's not the physical Chaldeans because they were Hamites, but he is the spiritual Chaldean of these last days. That's why Nimrod and Esau are the only two people in the scriptures that specifically refer to as hunters. The images of the Chaldeans portrayed with vermilion, girded with girdles upon their loins, exceeding in dyed attire upon their heads, all of them princes to look to, after the manner of the Babylonians of Chaldea, the land of their nativity. And as soon as she saw them with her eyes, she doted upon them, and sent messengers unto them in the Chaldea. Now, so what are we doing here? What we're actually doing here is breaking our necks to be with another nation, and that's what leads people into their businesses like that. All right. Into their hair and nail salon. And here's the messed up thing about that also too. I heard a sister make a point. She's talking about the nails, her being in the place where they do the hair and the nails and all that, right? She said the chemicals that they use are so toxic and so dangerous that they wearing masks while they working on your nails, but you ain't got one on. They don't bring it's funny. We bigging up all of these other nations so much. They're wearing a mask so that they don't get affected by the chemicals from them doing your nails, and they don't even give you a mask. You see what I'm saying? This is how much they despise you, right? If they cared anything about you at all, they'd be like, hey, this right here is a harmful chemical if you breathe it. You might want to put this mask on, and until the nails dry and all of that, they'll say something like that. But no, they let you breathe in all the fumes while they cover and protect themselves. And then you putting that on your nails. And then here's the thing, another silly sister gonna say some garbage like, well, why ain't black men putting their resources together and getting buildings so that the woman can have nail salons and building nail salons for their women? Well, I can ask you the question, why aren't you doing the stuff out your damn house? You know what I'm saying? Renting buildings to do things like that, they're going to overcharge you anyway. Now you want your man working 5 jobs and selling as much dope as he possibly can for you to have a building that they're going to keep raising the rent on. That's one of the reasons why black people keep getting ran out of damn businesses all the damn time, because a lot of the time the damn rent's too high. You already got to pay, too much for the products. Now you're gonna have to pay too much for the rent. So when it all boils down to it, you're not really making that much, you're not really catching that much of a cut for real. You see, that right there is a testament to how much we don't even want to be around each other like that. You see what I'm saying? And you sisters, the sisters should be doing each other's nails. Heathens should be coming to you to get their nails done. You see what I'm saying? And you charge them an arm and a leg. If we loved ourselves, we would understand how to operate that way. But since we don't, now all of our resources get pushed out into some damn body else, and we wonder why we just keep failing at business. You know what I'm saying? Then we say, well, black people don't support black business. Well, black business don't support black people either. You see what I'm saying? It's a two-way street. But back to this whole situation, with this sister that got cracked.
One sister said need permits and have to pay taxes.
Okay. You also need permits and have to pay taxes if you go and get a building. Now, if you start to operate, if you start to operate out of your houses and things like that, you cutting something out to where now, you can maybe afford to pay those taxes. You see what I'm saying? You paying high rent for that building, right? You paying high rent for that. That cuts into every damn thing. It cuts into all your profits. Like I said, you just mentioned, the sister just mentioned you had to pay, the taxes and all of that. Well, you cut out that whole building thing and you start to cut corners and start to love your own people, right? Then, that whole, you can cover the damn taxes and still catch a cut and still catch a profit.
She said, "Con."
Right. So that's how we got to start operating. You see what I'm saying? We got to start cutting the heathens out just like what they do us. That's where all our trouble come in at. All our troubles in business come behind us valuing another nation. Hell, restaurants. You got a few black restaurants in the hood, right? These black restaurants in the hood, a lot of the times, they don't even have love for the people that they even serving in the hood. They don't, and what I mean by they don't support black people, it was a time where we had what they call pride of ownership. You're not going to sell a cheap, bad product. You see what I'm saying? Just because it's cheap and you're trying to make a profit, because see, that goes against pride of ownership. When you've got pride of ownership, you want to make sure that you have good quality product. You see what I'm saying? Even if it costs you a little extra, because business is not always about flipping. You know what I'm saying? We be in business like we when we were selling dope. We be in a legitimate business operating on the same principles of selling dope. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We do that. Even some dope dealers got a better sense of pride of business than a lot of legitimate black business owners. Because hell, at least a lot of dope dealers, he want to make sure that he has the A1 dope. He has the good stuff. You see what I'm saying? The sale. While blacks, Hispanics, well, I'll say blacks rather, because Hispanics seem to always have good food. When they selling it in their stuff, but blacks, oh man, we got a ways to go, and we the main ones that got to start to get it together, because hell, we like the heartbeat of all the tribes. They see what we do and follow that. So if we have pride of business, the pride of ownership, and we have, we love it, because that's what business is all about. It's not about you. No businessman is, no person in business, the business is not about him. Every other race seems to understand this. We the only ones that don't understand it. It's not about you and your immediate circle. Business is always about your race. It always is. You see what I'm saying? That's why the Vietnamese have the nail salons. The Arabs don't have them, do they? No. The Arabs have the gas station, right? The Vietnamese nail salons are for who? For Vietnamese, not just that damn specific family. You see what I'm saying? It's not just for that specific family right there. It's for their race. So that their people can just come to the country can also be taken care of. And don't even have to depend on the government to take care of that individual. They can embrace him themselves. They don't even have to know him. You see what I'm saying? He can come from the other damn side of South Vietnam some damn where, somebody that they've never been affiliated with at all, and they will help that dude because that is their brother. They understand that, and that's one of the reasons why they're successful in business and we're not. We're too damn selfish.
Right.
We're too damn selfish in business, and the way that we look and perceive one another is damn horrible. That's why our women is running around in the damn career. And if black men was to come up with some type of business, some nail salon or something, black women would still go to the Koreans. They will complain about the products there. This black nail shop, whatever, can have all the safest stuff to use and all of that. Our women would still choose the Koreans. And then now there's a whole lot of them that's like switching up saying, well, we need to leave those Korean places alone. We need to leave them alone. And there's some of them are standing on that, right? And that's a good thing. But let me tell you where it goes bad. They'll go to the Africans. That's just jumping right out of one damn situation or right into the same situation. The only thing that people look different. You see what I'm saying? Now they're going to leaving the Koreans alone and going to Africans to get their hair and nails done and to get all of that stuff that they do. Africans are not our people either. You see what I'm saying? And that's also another, byproduct of self-hate. Because see, here's the thing. Now, for everybody to run around thinking that Africans are our people, right? You ever notice, Africans, they don't even marry outside of, they very, very rarely even marry outside of their own damn ethnic group. And how the hell we thinking we the same as them? Everything that we do is totally damn different from the way that they operate. And us even calling ourselves or even trying to seem like we're somewhat related to them pisses them off. It pisses them off because they see how we operate inside this damn kingdom and how we used by every damn body. They don't want to be associated with our stench. Not that they're clean at all, because they the filthiest pieces of garbage it is out there, right up under the damn white man and the Arabs and all of them. You see what I'm saying? But they are not us either. Deal with your brothers, the descendants of the goddamn slave trade. Do I have to spell it out? Those are your brothers. Them damn Africans don't share the same legacy as you. And yes, they helped to sell you. You see what I'm saying? They help to sell you, and they come over here and get filthy rich off of you also. And, all the people that get filthy rich off of us in this kingdom was people that also conspired in the goddamn slave trade. Africans being one of them. And Africans are not, they're not selling other Africans. They're helping other Africans in selling you. You see what I'm saying? Getting rich off of us. That's what they're doing. Because of the value that we place upon them. We need to get back to the damn ways that we used to damn do things. So that if not for ourselves, but for our children. Let's do it for our children and our grandchildren. So that they don't have to be subservient dogs to another goddamn race. We claim that black people, we claim that we love our kids more than any damn body. Now it's time for you to start goddamn proving. You see what I'm saying? All right. Neither left she her whoredoms brought from Egypt, for in her youth they lay with her, and they bruised the breast of her virginity, and poured their whoredoms upon her. Wherefore I have delivered her into the hand of her lovers. This is what happened. This is why black women getting the hell beat out of them. I'm going to read that part again, verse 9. Wherefore I have delivered her into the hands of her lovers. What happens? You go into the Korean nail salon or hair place or whatever, you get into it with them. That Korean man comes behind the counter, beats your ass. Judo flips you all over the goddamn store. You was delivered into his hand, and then what does he do? He holds you in a goddamn headlock or some type of goddamn submission hold, while his wife goes and calls the cops, and then the same one that the Lord delivered you into his hands, now he delivering you into the hand of your other lover, your chief lover, which is the white man. And you go to jail. You see what I'm saying? Wherefore I have delivered her into the hand of her lovers, into the hand of the Assyrians, upon whom she doted. And that, so whoever we dote upon, the Lord will deliver us into their hand. And here's the thing too, because with all these sisters talking about, with the sisters talking about what they doing to sisters in the Korean hair stores and all that, right? There's websites out there where black women are begging Asian men and white men and any other kind of men that they figure would take them on or whatever to have sex with them. Yes, this is real. This is real. There's dating sites like that. And guess what? These dating sites, who do you think runs these dating sites? You know who runs these dating sites? Black women. So you mean to tell me that those same sisters that are on, and then if you sit there and even talk to a sister concerning interracial sisters getting with Koreans or whatever, they'll sit there and say, well, black man's just all messed up. And then she'll take her behind. They'll be the one that'll go inside the nail salon, get pissed off about something, and get treated like a goddamn animal and thrown all over the goddamn store. You know what I'm saying? But then what do they say then? Black man, come protect us. No, and you wouldn't listen to the black man when he told you not to take your ass in there anyway. All of these black women that go into these damn places don't even have a man with them. You see what I'm saying? They don't have no man. And as a matter of fact, a lot of the times their man if they have a man, he tried to tell them he tried to tell them that the damn stuff is costing too much money for them to go and to them Koreans and try and get their nails done. I told my ex-wife that. I told her, I'm like, no, instead of spending that damn money with them damn Koreans or whatever, or them Vietnamese or whatever the hell to get your goddamn nails done, get a nail kit. I'm not paying for that. Get a nail kit and start to do your own nails. And people see how nicely your nails are done once you get good with this and you perfect this crap. And they say, where did you get your nails done? And you say, I did them myself. They, oh, girl, you do nails. Yeah, I do nails. Yeah, come set up an appointment. I'll be there. And then you can just have a room inside your own goddamn house doing nails inside your own goddamn house. Not have to pay rent. You see what I'm saying? Not have to worry about any goddamn thing. You can catch that goddamn money under the table. You ain't even got it. You can catch that money. You can she say, I'll give you $30 or whatever you do. Then you do her goddamn nails, get the 30 damn bucks. Yeah, she tell 4 or 5 of her goddamn friends, multiply that 30 bucks by 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you try to slap a sign on your house saying LaQuisha's nails or whatever, I mean, hell, now you might end up, having to pay some taxes, having to get this and having to do that or whatever the case is. But hell, we need to damn start to cut these damn other races out. You see what I'm saying? And another point that I want to make too. This same sister, that has this YouTube thing, where she's talking about all of these issues and everything, she says something about, her coming together It was another situation. It wasn't a nail situation. It was another damn situation, where she was talking about coming together. Or she said coming together with, black women, and then she paused and said, and whoever else. Now, who was supposed to go into the place of that whoever else? What was supposed to be said, so I'm going to come together with black women and black men, but she didn't want to say the black men part. You see what I'm saying? Why didn't she want to say that? She didn't want to say the black men part because if she knows if she put black men and black women together in that situation, that she was going to start to lose followers. And her followers was majority black women. You see what I'm saying? This is the value that we put up on these other goddamn races. And black man, we got to stop letting our goddamn women go into these it's like, when they sit there and talk about, well, I do need my nails done, and get your own goddamn nails done. Get somebody else to do your nails. Learn how to do them yourself. Suffer a little while. First, start out basically painting the little motherfuckers. Start out doing that. Pardon my speech, but start out painting, just regular painting them, which you done many times before. Then start to do other little stuff to them. And then start to do we to the point where we just want every damn thing instantly. We don't never think, longevity. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how people know how to think down the goddamn line. That's one thing that we got to start doing. We got to start learning how to think down the line. And black men, we got to stop being so goddamn weak. Whenever our woman wants to sit there and go to some heathen, we should be questioning, wait a minute, why you want to go there? Okay, you know that, you don't need to go there. You see what I'm saying? If we so goddamn scared of getting in a damn argument or losing her, you know what I'm saying? If you scared to lose your goddamn woman, guess what? Let me let you in a little secret. She gone already. Even though she's physically with your ass. You know what I'm saying? If you scared to lose your goddamn, I'm gonna repeat this. If you scared to lose your woman, she's gone already. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you in on that. She gone all goddamn ready. Let me get back into the scriptures though. Now, what we're gonna go to, we'll go to Nehemiah chapter 13. And this is further proof for anybody that's got a question on who the Hebrews are. Look, this is our book through and through. This book tells every characteristic of us that you could possibly damn think of. You see what I'm saying? Every characteristic of us that you could possibly think of, this book has it. This is us, no goddamn body else. We're going to go to Nehemiah chapter 13. Now, Nehemiah was another man that had a higher position inside the kingdom, the heathen kingdom. Matter of fact, he was cupbearer to the king, which was a very important job. You see what I'm saying? A very important job. Now, why was this job so important? This job was so important because if the king, somebody wanted to poison the king, you had to take it, you had to taste it first. You see what I'm saying? To make sure that there was no cyanide or anything in it, because the king could drop dead or whatever. If you did that, if you was the cupbearer, right, and you drank of the cup and you tasted, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that no poison was in it, you could drop dead. You see what I'm saying? Which this was a very important job. And when Nehemiah started talking about, going and leaving for a while and going and start to, build the house of the Lord and everything, the king was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on, where you going? He's like, hold up. All kind of things start going through his mind, but this was the thing that needed to be done. And being the fact that man Nehemiah was so wise and so needed and everything, the king himself, a heathen king, gave unto his cause in the building the temple of the Lord. He gave, of his substance so that Nehemiah could could start to go ahead and carry out the task. But here's the characteristics, right, of us. And this is why we get set up for stupid stuff like, and being mistreated, inside these goddamn stores and all that. This is why this is why this stuff happens to us. On that day, they read, this is Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 1. On that day, they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people. And there was found written that the Ammonite and the Moabite should not come into the congregation of God forever. Now, wait a minute. Who are these Ammonites and Moabites today? The Ammonites and Moabites today are the same goddamn people that's selling you the fake hair and doing your nails. Now, if it says that they should not enter, because the Japanese and all of them, the Japanese, Vietnamese, all of them, that's Ammon right there, where the Chinese and Koreans and all that is Moab, right? And these are the ones that are sitting there, and hating your goddamn guts. And it said that they should not enter into the house of the Lord, into the congregation of the Lord forever. So if they ain't supposed to enter into the congregation of the Lord forever, then why the hell are you going into going into their goddamn salon, into their shops and all that? Why are you going to their Chinese restaurants and letting them feed you rat? And they treat you like dirt when you go into the goddamn restaurants, because every damn time you go there, try and go in there, be black and try and ask for the bathroom key to see what they say. Let me tell you what they say. Bathroom walk. You can go any goddamn where, they're going to say the same thing, especially in Louisville, Kentucky, because I done, been around to the Chinese, to every Asian restaurant, and that's what they tell them to say. They tell them to say the same thing. Backroom walk. But somebody white can come right in after that and go right to the goddamn bathroom. And they'll give him the key to go to the bathroom while you're still standing there. You see what I'm saying? But you still standing in line, ready to get you some goddamn chopped dog and rice. You see that? This is why nobody respects black people. You see what I'm saying? We don't demand no goddamn respect. Any people that want to sit there and be a slave to another people like that, hell, in some instances, you goddamn damn near can't even blame people for just looking at us like, like dirt and filth. Like, damn, this people, anybody can just do any goddamn thing to them. They don't, how it's going to compute in their mind? God must have made them to be like that. God must have made them to be, everybody's slaves. That's how white Christians justify the mistreatment of black people, because they figured, man, God must have made them that way. God must have made them to bless us, and for them to just waste away and be destroyed, just to be food for us. That's the way that they think. You see what I'm saying? Because they met not the children of Israel with bread and with water, but hired Balaam against them, that he should curse them. Howbeit, our God turned the curse into a blessing. Now it came to pass, when they had heard the law, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude. Now, in this case, the mixed multitude was us being mixed up among the goddamn heathen and all that, because you had men that took wives of Ammon and Moab and Ashdod, who took the African women on. That's what Ashdod women were. They were Africans. You see what I'm saying? Philistines. So we took them on, and so when we heard the word of the law, said that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude. And before this, Elisha, the priest, having the oversight of the chamber of the house of our God, was allied to Tobiah. Now check this out. He was the priest, right? This is the Levite man. He was allied to Tobiah and had prepared. Now, who was Tobiah? Tobiah was a goddamn Ammonite. And he was the father-in-law to this priest, because the priest married his daughter. You see what I'm saying? Now, This man is a priest. Now watch what he does. Watch the dog stuff that he does right here. And he had prepared for him a great chamber where aforetime they laid the meat offering and frankincense and the vessels and the tithes of the corn, the new wine and the oil, which was commanded to be given to the Levites and the singers and the porters and the offerings of the priests. But in all this time was not I at Jerusalem. For in the 30th year of Artaxerxes, the king of Babylon, came I unto to the king, and after certain days obtained I leave of the king, and I came to Jerusalem and understood of the evil that Elisha did for Tobiah in preparing him a chamber in the courts of the house of God. What was he doing? He's sitting there giving the priesthood to a goddamn Ammonite. You see this? Just like we give all of our wealth and the things that we actually supposed to be benefiting from in this kingdom to the Ammonites also. And to Moab, and to Ishmael, and to Cushites, and to the Philistines. We doing the same goddamn thing now. He's given this man, he built him a chamber inside the house of God. And when the records say that the Ammonite or Moabite should never enter into the house of God forever. What does he do? He does this just because he's married to his goddamn daughter. You see what I'm saying? You see the value? Now, this is us. This is how we do. This is the value that we place upon a dog-eating nation. You see what I'm saying? These nations are not better than us. They're fucking disgusting. Pardon my language. They're disgusting. You can smell them and smell that they're damn disgusting. They're not supposed to be for you. We take the basest people and make them into something great. Somebody can come, they can come from the mud, hottest, dirtiest place because they don't sit there and send their elite people over here to run these businesses and all that. The elite people in their country ain't got no goddamn reason to come over here. Not unless they want to come to go to the Derby and play the horses or something. Or they want to go to Las Vegas or something like that. Other than that, they ain't got no goddamn reason here to be here. They're sending the basis, the bottom barrel of their people here to set up businesses and all that. You see what I'm saying? They're setting them up here. They don't even speak the goddamn English language. A lot of the high up people in their country actually speak English because they have to deal with, they speak, some of them speak 3 or 4 languages because they have to deal with other nations. These people don't speak any English because they don't have to deal with any other nations. In their own country, they ain't got to deal with no goddamn body else. You know why? Because they're rice farmers. You rice farmers tell you ain't got to know 3 or 4 different goddamn languages. All you got to know how to do is harvest that goddamn rice. That's all you know how to do. You know what I'm saying? That's all you have to learn how to do, right? So when they come over here and we uplift them as being, and they like the basis of their own damn people. And also, with these sisters, it's a great thing that they saying, let's get away from the Korean places. Let's stop it. Let's do a movement. Okay, that's fine and cool and everything. But, I got 2 problems with that. You see what I'm saying? One of my problems is whenever you have any movement, whenever anybody has an effective movement on the earth, right? They always do it with their men. Black women are too busy trying to find something without black men. That's why that woman I was telling that I was just talking about, that's the reason why she said what she said. She said, I want to get together with black women and whoever else. Who's there, whoever else? Let me tell you who will fill in the gap of whoever else. some white man, some white man with a little bit of money that's acting like he's sympathetic to the cause, right? And then you end up falling back to the same goddamn situation again. You see what I'm saying? Now the second thing is, because you ain't nothing without your goddamn men. Back to the first thing, you ain't nothing without your men, and ain't a goddamn movement that you're gonna make ever gonna be effective without your men. You see what I'm saying? You only gonna end up into a bad or worse situation. The only thing you're gonna end up doing, rallying together and protesting, next thing you know, you out somewhere naked in the goddamn street with a bunch of other dumbass black women naked and oiled up trying to, appeal to another goddamn race. That's the only damn thing that because women are not built for goddamn war like that. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna go get together with a bunch of black women and go to war with no goddamn body. The only damn thing that you gonna do, you gonna bend over and score spread. That's what you gonna end up doing. That's it. You gonna try and sex your way out of the goddamn oppression. That's the only damn thing that you could ever try and do if you ain't backing that black man. That's the only thing that you ever gonna do. That's why as soon as the civil rights movement, of course, as wicked as it goddamn was, but black men and black women were seemingly together in that. But as soon as the goddamn feminist movement popped up 5 years later, she left that and then joined the goddamn feminist movement. Next thing you know, she winded up as some of the bed witches and lesbians. You see what I'm saying? Next thing you know, she running around next to the white woman, her and the white woman holding up the fist. And them two screwing each other. Maya Angelou, the ones that y'all uplift as such great black women. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Maya Angelou and all of them running around, with goddamn white men. While claiming to be pro-black, sleeping with white men. Belly loaded full of white man jizz, and she out there power to the people. You ain't gonna do nothing but that without black. And then another reason too is why a lot of black women want to do a movement like that is because they know this. Because they know as soon as they come together with some type of movement or whatever, they know to separate from black men, because if they figure they do it with black men, then that's gonna make them an opposition to white people, to the white man that they really trying to entice for real. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna be angry with her, so she has to shake that black man and just make it all about the black women and leave that gap and that space open for him. You see what I'm saying? The other thing is, now, when they move against the Korean nail places and all that, you got to be solid, and you have to get with your black men. You have to get into ISUPK. Well, let me tell you what's going to happen, because they already know how you think. I mean, hell, you're that enemy. They study you, just like all enemies, study their damn opponent. They know that if you start to leave them Korean nail salons or whatever, right? The first thing one of the things that they're gonna do, they're gonna start acting hip. You see what I'm saying? Now, and they would use the younger ones, right? Some little dude, and everybody will know his name, right? Because he act cool and hip and he listen to rap music and all that, right? And don't let him, oh my goodness, and don't let him get with a black girl. If he get with a black girl, black women will be on top of the goddamn building trying to get in, to get their nails done. You see what I'm saying? That's all, a lot of races have to do is just like a black woman. You know what I'm saying? They like a black woman, and her support comes just like that. You know what I'm saying? The only one that she don't give that type of support to, but liking her, is a black man. But any other race, if they even smell like they want a black woman are gone hook, line, and sinker. You see what I'm saying? So that whole little movement against the Koreans wouldn't be about shit. You see what I'm saying? You're going to protest against the Koreans and such and do all this and that, but at the same goddamn time, you still looking for something without your men, and now you got little Chang over here with a gold grill in his mouth, with a nice car, bumping some rap music and all that, You know what I'm saying? Now everybody know Chang, right? So now you sitting there in your mind, you saying Chang's place ain't like these other Koreans. He's cool. So now you go and you're not just looking at Chang. You looking at you taking the good, what you perceive as being good that he do, and you equate it to this whole goddamn race. Now you're back in the same goddamn boat that you was in. Now they even have lost more respect. Now they respect you even less now. Now instead of being judo flipped around the goddamn place, they just gonna be pissing on you now. They're gonna literally, he gonna beat you up, knock you out, pull out his little noodle and piss all over you now. He gonna raise the goddamn bar. You know what I'm saying? You see what he's going to respect you even less. They're going to respect you even less, and they're going to degrade. They're going to degrade you even more because they see how easy it was to get your goddamn support back, right? They see just how easy, and in Louisville, Kentucky, where I'm from, they use that strategy. The heathens use that strategy. You have people that the people that do the nail salons, they know their names. The hood know their names. You know what I'm saying? You have Andy, a store, in Louisville, they know his name and all that. You know what I'm saying? Then they know, the certain, I'm not going to say any more names. I ain't trying to give them no goddamn publicity, but people know their damn names and he's cool. And then if they get into it with any black person, niggas will be ready to stomp that goddamn black person to death. You see what I'm saying? Because dude is Chang or whatever the hell his name is so cool. And that way they got your support right back again. They thinking 2-3 steps ahead of you. They're 2 or 3 steps ahead of you because women are not strategic, they're not strategy minded. Especially not black women. Black women are not strategy minded. Black women can only, what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to serve their goddamn men that are strategy minded. And even among black men, there's one group that's actually strategy minded, and that's the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, and that's what you should give your goddamn support to, and that's who you should get behind. We'll show you how not to get judo flipped in the goddamn Korean store. You see what I'm saying? One reason we'll tell your ass to stay the hell you stay your ass out of it. You see what I'm saying? And start to build up some goddamn revenue yourself. And use it to help your goddamn people. That's part of separation, economic separation. You hurt them in their goddamn pockets. Now you understanding how to do war. We don't have the same guns that they got. We don't have all the guns that they got. We don't have the military might that they got or any of that. They don't beat us because they have those goddamn things. They beat us because they have our love. That's it. That's why they beat us. Their weapons ain't shit without our goddamn love. We hurt them in their pocket. Now what we do is now we force them to show their hand. You see what I'm saying? While we're going around and supporting them all the goddamn time, while we're going to this restaurant and we're going to the steakhouse over here and we're doing this and paying all this money and going, in droves and going into their goddamn restaurant, they can have the mask on then as long as our love is with them. But once we separate our love off them and their goddamn pockets start to get hurt, now they're going to go from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde. Now they're going to show their hand now. Now you get to see that they are your goddamn enemies and not your goddamn allies. You see what I'm saying? Now you start to look at your own as being something great and start to goddamn despise them just like you despised your own before. You see what I'm saying? Am I saying just totally stop, just cut off all business with any heathen right now? No, that's not what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? But one thing that we have to learn the art of subtlety. Because the scriptures say for us to be wise as serpents and gentle as doves. You see what I'm saying? Being wise as a serpent is understanding we're like, hey, wait a minute, these people are our goddamn enemies. And we start to handle ourselves like we know that they're our enemies. You see what I'm saying? Now we're not going around and trying to, cuss them out because of this, because we think we're so much of a goddamn American. You know what I'm saying? Because we think we're so much of American and everything, and we got rights, and we ain't got no goddamn rights. They're our damn enemies. We are strangers in this goddamn land. You see what I'm saying? We are strangers here. And that's what the goddamn case is. We start to, handle ourselves, and that being gentle as doves don't mean being timid when we go in no goddamn work. You know what I'm saying? We're not hot-headed and quick to go off and fly off the goddamn handle with everything. You see what I'm saying? Gentle as a dove, we understand, hey, how you doing? Such and such. Yeah, all right, whatever. We ain't going and perfect just trying to start, stuff with them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're acting as ambassadors up on the earth. You see what I'm saying? That's about being gentle as a dove. Even though we cannot goddamn stand them, and we can't wait for the day of judgment to come down upon them and for their goddamn Korean spots and everything to close down and be boarded the hell up. Or we take those same Korean spots and make places for homeless people out of them. You see what I'm saying? And they be forced to show their goddamn hand or to go back to their own goddamn country. You see what I'm saying? We gotta make a border around ourselves. You see what I'm saying? That's what we got to goddamn do. Now, another script. Oh yeah, Ezekiel 23 and 40. Yeah, this is even further proof of what I was goddamn talking about just now, how we put so much value up on these other races. Ezekiel chapter 23, verse 40. And furthermore, that ye have sent for men to come from far, unto whom a messenger was sent, and lo, they came, for whom thou didst wash thyself. Oh, look at this. It said, for these men we washed ourselves. How do we think of ourselves in the sight of these other nations? How do we wash ourselves today? Let me tell you one of the ways we wash ourselves today. We wash ourselves by interracial marriages. You see what I'm saying? Because we believe that we're so dirty that we need to get with another race to make us clean. You see what I'm saying? That's what we believe about our goddamn selves, and these races, it really is the direct damn opposite. You see what I'm saying? But we see ourselves as the dirty ones, and them as being clean. In reality, they're the filthy ones, and we're the ones clean. You see what I'm saying? We're clean once we step out of their ways anyway, put it that way. For whom thou didst wash thyself, paintest thy eyes, and deckest thyself with ornaments. Getting good and dressed up for this group of people, right? So they're trying to do everything that we can to attract another goddamn race. And statest upon a stately bed, and a table prepared before it, whereupon thou hast set mine incense and my oil. Yeah. What does incense have to do with it? Incense have a lot to do with worship. It's when the smoke come up. You know what I'm saying? And the oil is for gladness and, things smell good, things, good and calmly and all that. And we took the stuff that belonged to the Lord and given it to another goddamn race. You see what I'm saying? This is talking about us, no doubt. Every stitch of this Bible is talking about us. I don't see how the hell we can sit there and mistake this and act like this is talking about another goddamn people. Like it's talking about the Jewish man. No, this is us. Jewish people never do this stuff right here that's being talked about. And the voice of a multitude being at ease was with her, and with the men of the common sort. What is it talking about? The men that are common, right? Now, let me tell you what the biblical means. Let me give you an idea what it means. When Peter said, Lord, I have not eaten anything that is common or unclean. You see what I'm saying? These are the despised men on the earth. The men that ain't, the tribal dudes, that's what I was saying before. We'll take somebody that, we'll take a race, they ain't got to be nothing great. They'll be the lowest damn dirt, mud hut African some goddamn where a pile of them could come over here and we will make them great in our sight. You see what I'm saying? Just because they have something to sell us. And this is the reason why we can't have businesses. This is the reason why. Because we look at them as being clean, so we figure if we buy oils from whatever, this damn Sabian or whatever, that it's the oils is going to be better. You see what I'm saying? That's what we do. And in some instances, some of their products are better, right? Some of their products are better because they can get them from better sources than what we can, and they can afford to sell them for cheaper because they don't have to pay as much as what we have to pay. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, even if you are buying oils and incense or whatever the case is, you got to think of some kind of way, you know what I'm saying, to cut them out of that to where you can have what it is, the good product that they have. That's the way everybody else thinks. You see what I'm saying? What did the Koreans do? They started to duplicate black hair care tools. They would buy them from blacks, and what they would do is they would copy. So that they ain't gotta buy, they cut you out. You see what I'm saying? They cut you out of that. So now they're duplicating your products and they're backed by their own country. They have the support of their own people in doing so and pushing and booting you out. We don't understand how to play business. Business is warfare. We don't understand that. We don't even get the goddamn concept unless we selling dope, fighting over a goddamn corner somewhere. That's the only way that we understand that business is a warfare, is when it comes to us trying to undercut each other out of something. It don't even come to mind that we're booting the heathens out of us. You see what I'm saying? Cutting them out, cutting the middleman out. You see what I'm saying? It don't even, because our minds don't even compute like that. And that's a damn shame. And that stuff has got to goddamn change. The Isupk is not going to operate like that. You see what I'm saying? We're going to cut the goddamn heathens out. You know what I'm saying? We're going to, cut them out one heathen at a time. To the point to where we don't need any of them. That's how you start to get respect on the earth. You get respect on the earth when you play the goddamn game. When you play to win, not when you goddamn play to play. When you play to win, that's when you get respect upon the earth. Now, it's another situation that just come to my mind. There's another thing that I wanna make a mention to. This is another way that you can tell that us and Africans are not the goddamn same. And you have people out there that talk about the Africans, that they know the Africans still doing bad. Africa still, no black country is actually doing good, which they're not black. We the only ones that's actually black. But they saying the Africans, they still, but here's the thing though. They talk, now China is in Africa, right? China is going into Africa and building infrastructure inside Africa, right? They're building all kinds of things, trains and railways and buildings. And now the Africans are operating wisely. Because, yeah, are they in a third world situation 30, 40 years ago? Yeah. But what people don't understand is they understand how to utilize allies. They said China got to do this for them, and they got to depend on this. And no, what they're actually doing is making allies. That's what they're doing. And the Chinese respect them. You know why? You know, one of the ways that I know the Chinese respect them, because when you look at who's doing the labor, who's the labor force for the African, the villages and all of that, all the stuff that's going on, it's Chinese people that's doing it. Not only is it China, now China and America are also competing for the African allegiance, for Africans' allegiance. They're competing. Nobody's competing for ours. But China and America, that's why when anybody goes from America and do something for Africans and all that, you get a big tax write-off. You see what I'm saying? If you go and do anything for Africa, that's why everybody want to go to Africa. You see what I'm saying? Everybody wants to go to Africa for that purpose. You know, and that's the reason why fake Israelite groups are going to Africa, because they also know this also. And they're taking Hamites, men of the common sort, and putting them as though that they're Israelites, and using that as an excuse for them to take resources from hardworking blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians here in America and shipping the stuff over to Africa. And those same people that's sending that's giving to their those fake Israelite groups that are doing this ain't receiving none of the benefits from the damn tax write-offs and everything that these groups are getting. They're receiving nothing. This is see how we're being used. We're just out there just to be used by every goddamn body. Thanks to black leaders. You see what I'm saying? These fake Israelite groups are no damn different than the Christian churches and all that. They're no damn different. They're taking resources from us and giving it to some goddamn body else. You see what I'm saying? Sellouts. It's time for sellouts to goddamn wake the hell up, man. Now, I'm gonna make one more point before I close out. Now, just as I was mentioning that whole damn thing about Africa, right? Now, with Serena Williams. Now, Serena Williams has the devil baby, right? That she had with this white devil. And she's talking about going over to Africa so that her daughter can know her roots. Let me quote it right. That she can know her roots as a black woman. Now, do y'all actually think that Serena Williams is going to take this dog baby and going to go over to Africa? Let me ask you a question. What African tribe is going to accept her? Not a goddamn one. But let me tell you who will accept her. Blacks will accept her. You see what I'm saying? She will not be, she'll be accepted, she will see they will make her, she has money and she has fame. And they can use her for something. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what the Africans do to black people that actually go over there and actually have something. They milk your black ass. You see what I'm saying? And use you to build themselves up. You see what I'm saying? Now, who is that devil baby going to fall back on? Who is she going to make that? Because they're not going to accept her. She's going to fall back on black people. And she'll be raised thinking that she's a goddamn black woman. And she's not. You see what I'm saying? You see how we just damn get used by every goddamn body? And we will accept her. You know why we'll accept her? Our people will accept her because of black women. You see what I'm saying? Just like in that movie, the cartoon Tarzan. When Tarzan was a little baby, and they found him and all that, and the gorilla mother, because that gorilla mother was supposed to be a black, actually supposed to be, emulating a black woman, and that her husband, who was the gorilla chief leader and all that, right? That was supposed to be a black man and black woman. She's up there cuddling and protecting that white baby, right? And making that baby think that he's one of the, want to raise that baby up as one of the goddamn gorillas. While the father at first said, no, you got to get rid of that. No, that is going to destroy us. You got to get rid of that. And what does she do? And as soon as he growled her, she goes right back at him. And he goes and ducks, shrieks back. You see what I'm saying? That's the situation. And then what happened was, exactly what he said was going to happen ended up happening. He ended up getting killed. That white baby, those goddamn white people come and found, they found them through him. The white people, the white damn rangers or whatever, the people that come, the hunters, found them through him, came and wiped out the damn near, all the goddamn gorillas, and eventually what happened, Tarzan grew up and ended up becoming the goddamn chief of the damn gorillas. You see what I'm saying? She will raise her little Tarzan, her little Jane, up to be the queen of black people. You see what I'm saying? She is that goddamn, she's like that damn gorilla in that goddamn Tarzan. Black men, we gotta stand up and be goddamn strong. You don't let your goddamn woman punk you out just because she huffs at you. You huff back at her ass. And you make sure that she realizes you goddamn stronger than she is. Use it. If it hadn't been me, her ass and that goddamn devil baby would have been kicked out of the goddamn tribe of gorillas. You know what I'm saying? Both of them would have been kicked out. You want that goddamn devil baby? Fine. You go, you take that little bastard and you go on some goddamn word. Your ass, Yasmatah. Your ass is dismissed. That's the way a good, strong leader's got to think. You see what I'm saying? Tarzan ass grew up to be Dylan Roof for real. And with that being said, well, the Isupk coming out of 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, and commanding Jeremy your honor. Pay your tithes, pay your offerings, help the men that is in this truth, help this brotherhood. Support your troops, the troops that are out there on them goddamn corners every weekend, calling the white man the devil to free you. And with that being said, shalom.